Hello, hello. How are you guys today? I am back in here today. I'm working on the fish farm. My method of a fish farm. I'm not saying it's a good one or the best one. It's the one that works for me. It's not going to give me the most fish possible. It gets a little tricky. I'm really sorry that you guys are not going to get to see the recording I just did because the sound got messed up on partway through. But it was me making some big mistakes, giggling till I was almost in tears, and then feeling that I was required to tell you guys that I have absolutely totally had 3 IQ tests in my life, 3 different kinds, and I always score really, really high. And I screwed up so bad that I felt it necessary to tell you that. Oh my God. Oh God. A little humility here. It keeps you humble. I just messed up things and flipped it all around. Anyway, another mistake that I will have to explain because I'm just that good. If you look at how I have things laid out, okay, well, look at this fella right here. Now I've got all these different pools of fish, and all I'm doing is running canals that bring it into that one center spot. Now I started this by just putting the fish down and then counting, half on the, well, not the north side, half on the east side, half on the west side. And then I put the little fella here in the middle. Now I put these rows here of little short fencing in to remind myself that if I just line all the fish up, this guy is not in the middle. He is off by 1. The center, the row of fish pools that we're looking at, the center of them is on that little fence line, and he is off to the left by 1. This is the center. If I wanted him to sit in the center of all my fish, what I needed to do is exactly like I did down here. I've got that little gap right there. Can you see where the mouse is, just above the word travel at the bottom there? That little gap is where I sit my farmhand. And if I had put a center like that, he would have then been in the middle of the pools of fish, and I could have put a road going up and down either side, which was what I planned on doing, and is why I put these little fences here to remind me of that. Oh yes. And for a while this even sat right here beside him to show me the road goes here. And the farmhand was supposed to be put in there. So I had it all planned out, and then you leave, you come back a couple of days later, and you start putting down fish, and I forgot that. So I don't have a center line for him. So he is now off by 1. So what happens is we've got these 2 fish on these 2 sides match up. This matches up. But over here, that third one, this one has got to take this little bend to reach into his area of control. And this side doesn't need that little bend to reach in. That's the only thing that's different. There will be 1 block off on this side and 1 block off on the opposite side because of that. And it's driving me nuts because I didn't notice it until I put in the block in this corner and went, ah, damn. Okay. Oh my goodness. Now there were some irregularities down here at the end, and that's okay. I know about these because first of all, the fish that you get, or the fish that I have at any rate, there's not an even number of them. These are fish that have come from events, and then there's all the others. If you look at things, and I'm going to show you something, these 3 flowers, see the green border? That is something I have gotten from an event. That is something you can get. Some things, however, you look at these 4 are from events. You'll get those when you do the events. These down here with the purple around them, these are from the DLC that you can buy. So that I may have some things in a list that you don't have. So do keep that in mind. That could be something that comes up for you at various times. So just so you realize that. The numbers I have may not be the numbers you have because you either haven't done the event yet or because you haven't bought all the DLC that's available. This big double pool down here, these are narwhals, and they come from an event. They are an event fish, as you can see, and they do give diamonds, but there's no limit on these. These are like the normal fish. You can just put down lots and lots and lots of them. The neon tetra and the bass, these are both from events as well, as you can see by the green border, but these I can only have 25 of, and 25 of those. Now, what I have done, because I had put in a bunch of these simply because I wanted more diamonds. And you know what? Fish are guys there anyway. Go ahead and do that. Now, my fish didn't break up into even numbers. This was the end, and over here was the end on the other side. There wasn't going to be an even number. So what I could have done is just put the narwhals here, and then they would have been even. But for a while, I had the bass and the neons in as well. So probably what I'm going to end up doing to even this section out, as I may just get rid of the neon tetras and the bass, and take the what was it, swordfish? No, the narwhals, and put them on this side, and then all of this will even up quite nicely. But I'm going to do that later. These are just some extra things that you may or may not have. So we'll deal with that. I'll deal with that later. For right now, I've got to get in here and there, you know, working on this, the left here is going to be fine. The right, I don't know, guys. Which would be the easiest? See, I can't move this over because I've got the railroad track back here, unless I remove it. And if I moved everything over by 1, then both sides would be even, which I'm really tempted to do. I would have to move all of these fish over by 1, and then it would be perfectly even on both sides. And this is where you've got to make a decision in life, whether you give in to these, let's face it, ridiculous perfection urges, or if you just say, you know what, I'm going to have 1 block off on each side. Does anybody really care? I mean, seriously. Maybe this is just a silly idea. Iridescent shark. And if I do it, I will do it on my own time. I'm not, no, hammerhead. I'm not going to put you guys through watching me be a raving lunatic. God. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Or if I moved everything on that side over by 1, all of the fencing, all of the, oh my God, then I could put a road up the center here, and the guy would be directly in the middle. It could happen. It's probably going to happen at some point, but like I said, I refuse to subject you guys to my insanity. So we're not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and finish this side. This would need a 1 on the top here. Yes, I believe so. And you, red sea bream. The red sea, no, that's a snapper. Red sea bream is probably that color. So this canal method works fine, and I'm going to point out that it's certainly not the most efficient. I tend to not always min-max things. I'm doing it because I want a balance of some fish, some animals, some, you know, the flowers, the trees, and then all the center part to make it pretty. But that's me. I have seen a lot of people use this exact same method with the canals, but they would run the pools of fish out to here and then go all the way down that side, which is going to give you dramatically more fish than I have. I mean, absolutely, right? Another method I've seen used a lot is an entire straight side like this, used with just fish all mixed together. Most of the fish in the game will mix. The shark, the hammerhead shark, a few of them won't. Let's see, the hammerhead shark doesn't, the swordfish I don't think does, the piranha, the anglerfish, I don't think you can mix those, but you could mix pretty much all of the rest of the fish in just one great big massive pool here. Not worry about fencing, not worrying about being 1 block off. not worrying about making canals and making things balanced and just put a whole lot of fish in. And I've seen a lot of people use that. As long as your little farmhand can reach one block of that great big mixed pool, which is what I'm doing over here. Okay, there's a couple of fish, those sharky ones, that don't mix, but all of these others, because one big pool and one little farmhand that's trying to sort out the mess I've made. And that, it's absolutely legit. This is just something I like to look at. I get to plant trees. I'm going to be putting down a bunch of the fish huts and stuff like that, just for extra storage. It's something I like to look at, so this works for me. It gives me a lot less fish than you might end up with if you use a simpler method, but you can use these canals to much greater effect than I am doing here if you want to have a lot more fish on your farm. And they're a great way for making a lot of money and a lot of diamonds. Can we just go? Thank you. Yeah, I mean, oh, no, you gotta go. I don't want to fish. Hit the button. Yes, you have to leave. Because I didn't go far enough with the fence, and they're gonna start fish swimming back and forth and mixing all up. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, my other area, that's exactly what it looks like, but it's just not what I'm doing in this area. That's all. Oh, geez. The mistakes are so easy to make. I will post somewhere, not today, but I will post at some point relatively soon, all of the animals in alphabetical order. I will post that this one came from an event, or this one is from, this one gives diamonds, this one gives flowers, whatever, and I will have them all in nice little clumps like that. So should you choose to go with the alphabetical insanity route, you won't have to redo all that work. I will post that for you guys here pretty soon. I'll try to get to it this week if at all possible. It's kind of a busy week, but I'll try really, really hard to get that done for you. And I should have put the fencing up first. I know this. You know this. We all know this. Now, one thing I am noticing here is there's a lot of space in the middle of these two canal sections, which tells me that I could have added more fish at the base here. These canals could have been closer together, and that's probably what I should have done. And I think that's what I did last time, is actually started in the center with the canals and moved them back to where the pools would be. Because if I were smart here, I wouldn't have the space in the center wasted. Although, you know what? I just said I wanted to put fish places down for more fish storage. And darn if I don't have a handy place to do that. Completely by accident. Hey, serendipity, I'll take it. I love it. So yeah, I'll have some extra places to put storage for fish. So that's good. Because, I mean, in your town, you don't want 10 of them sitting in your town. You can only click on one at a time. But it is kind of nice to have all that extra storage for some things. And fish tend to fill up a lot. And they're going to fill up even more now that everything's connected. Because I've been coming over here and harvesting half of this by hand. And which means that the vast majority of the time, it's not even getting done. I took out the wrong thing, didn't I? I did. That is what happened before, isn't it? Oh, I wasn't watching what I was recycling. That is what happened over there. I get it now. I need to recycle that. Thank you. And then go back for the perch. Perch right here, little one. There you go. Yeah, so I probably would have been better moving this over by one again, because then I would have had one more block of fish all the way down the line, which is not bad, right? That's okay. Now all this empty space in the middle is where I'm going to fill with rubber trees. This is going to be completely filled with rubber trees, and then I won't have to, that space is not wasted, and I'll be getting a continual influx of diamonds coming from that, right? So pretty good. So remember, this is a method that works for me. You can use this canal thing and have that one farmhand take care of everything, but you could make the pools much bigger and just run it all the way down the side, and then have all of your canals coming up just on one edge. And I've seen that done a lot, actually. Or you could just make one great big massive pool here that have all the fish in it, or whatever size you want, and you could put just the 2 or 3 fish, the 3 or 4 anyway, that don't want to mix with others, that will separate themselves automatically. And as long as you have that one farmhand that can reach 1 block of that big pool and 1 block of each of the others, he's going to take care of all of that for you. This is not the biggest and the best, and it's not the meta. It's just what works for me. And now I think I am going to back up here and shuffle these little fellas off somewhere else for now. And I may end up with the pool of these harvested fish down. And these are extras that I had because I popped them in for a quest or something like that. And see, it got all mixed up because I didn't have the even numbers. And I don't know. I'll sort this out later. We're fine. We're all good. Poor those 3 little basses going, it's so little in here. It's kind of crowded, So if I'm going to flip the narwhal to this side, and I absolutely should do that. And then that will be one less uneven thing to be twitchy about. And since I don't know what I'm going to need, I'm not going to just recycle these right off. We'll place them somewhere else and deal with it later. I'm going to need some here anyway, so someplace, somewhere over the rainbow. And now look what it does. I'm not steering, so she's making these choices on her own here, folks. Good job there, Sunshine. She's writing in code. I know what's going on here. I can see that. Totally writing in code. Good job, girl. So we are going to have to take all of these little Goombas out and flip them to the other side. And now I have to make sure I'm actually getting the fish and not that. That's going to be a pain in the neck, isn't it? No, look straight on. Oh, come on. Seriously? Don't look at the side. No, go very straight. You must be very straight, you rotten little lady. It really is better to do it right the first time, but heck with them. God, I'm sorry. So sorry. Wrong button. And now we want to take these and these. So because the fish that I have don't break up evenly, one side of these ponds has got one more type of fish than the other side does. And these narwhals are nice because they are an event thing. They give me lots and lots of diamonds. Well, not lots and lots of diamonds, but they're 100%. So every one of these fish will give me a diamond when they're harvested. And that's pretty brilliant. So if I do this, things will still not be even, but they'll be more even. Oh my goodness. I'm starting to lose the voice again, as I do. Okay, and then this has to go up the inside of this, right? Yeah. like so. And at least the canals in that area will be evened up. No. I guess I'm out of fish. Okay, let's see if we can snag a few more before we lose patience. Give me fish. Good job. Fish? Nope. Fish? Thank you. Fish? Nope. Fish. You know, when you can't pick them things up when you want them. Nope. There we go. Nope. Nope. Oh, goodness. Seriously. Do I have any left? No. Anybody else thinking this would just be a lot easier to recycle the whole darn mess? Oh, I think so, right? There we go. Give me fish. Give me fish. Do, 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 do. Nope. Gives the fish, please. Nope. No. Ah, good. There you go. Nope. Oh, God. Oh, I gave up. Okay, you know what? What are we doing here? These are narwhals, right? We're going and we're just recycling the rest of these blighters. Okay, so at least this much is even. We have that one little bend right there and right over there that we don't have on the other side, and this side is wider because, like I said, they weren't even amounts top and bottom, so they don't work out. They don't work out the same. I don't need all of these things now. I can just recycle that pile of stuff, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do. If I'm going to keep the tetras and the bass, I may just add them to this pool, quite frankly, up here. Yes, that will be something else dramatically different, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll get this sorted. Anyway, this is how I'm handling my fishing situation, and it's enough for me. And then I've got some space in all the center stuff to put in the rubber trees. So this guy will be harvesting a big pile of diamonds for me twice every year, every game year, in the fall and spring, I believe. And all my fish now will be taken care of. I never have to come and do a fish again. It'll all just be sorted by this little fella right here. Let's see. This is obviously Fisherman Fred. You are adorbs. I'm going to call him Freddy, because yeah, this is totally a Freddy, which could be for, you know, Fred or Francesca or whatever. This is Freddy for sure. Freddy, my little friend, Fisherman Freddy. There you go. There you go. So anyway, this can be my fish farm. I will come back with another recording of decorating this and putting all those final touches on. And I'm really sorry this is late today. Life has been, the last few days have just been busier than I know what to do with. Sometimes, you know, life just throws you a curve and something comes up nobody expected. And sometimes you're actually forced to deal with stuff. It's so unpleasant. But I just want to go play a game. And I've been coughing and gaspy a lot, so I think the extra stress of the extra stuff makes the lungs extra bad, right? Lovely. Just lovely. Bye-bye, guys. I will be back with more. Take care.